this is Paid for Life. In today's P4L review, we'll be taking a look at a garage kit from ATP Designs, and this is their ATP-01 missile launcher adapter, specifically for Ocular Max's PS-01 Sphinx or PS-01A alternative Sphinx or whatever you want to call that, but it does also work with their Liger, which was their Diaclone version of Mirage. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with packaging review, and let's get this guy out the way. So ATP did send me a nice little card that gives you a little bit of detail on how to contact the designer. If you guys don't remember ATP Designs, they've done, I think I've reviewed some stuff for them previously, but also they've also done some of the design work for the Guild of Concoctionist Intent. So a lot of their stuff actually goes through that as well. But this is kind of his own individual venture. You can see him on TFW 2005 as Autotron Prime, and then you can also email him at his Gmail account. And the back of the card really just gives you a link to his Shapeways store. So the actual packaging itself is just a little baggie that has a little card stapled around it. A cool little render. You can kind of see the blanked out Sphinx, but then you can see the actual adapter attached to the shoulder launcher. On the back, it actually gives you some instructions, all the instructions you really need. It's very simple. What this is solving is that one of the biggest complaints for Sphinx has always been, for the shoulder cannon, this is about as much articulation as you get. You get forward, up and down, and it's really just like the straight on to down. You don't even get much up. If you unpeg it, I guess, then you can get a little bit more, but really there's not a lot of articulation here. And a lot of people, while they like this shoulder cannon, they wanted to get some more dynamic poses out of the character or the figure by getting this kind of out of the way. And it sits really close to his face as well. So that's what this kit is about. Alright, so here's the kit. It's made up in two parts. It's this kind of base part, and then there's this hinge part here, which is on a little pin. You can see that gives you a little bit of swivel around, which is something that's missing from this one. It's made of PLA, it's printed PLA, and so it's a 3D print. It does look really well molded. It looks almost identical to at least this part here, the clip looks identical to the stock part from Ocular Max. As far as installation goes, you just need a small Phillips head screwdriver. And you just need to unscrew that. Just takes a few turns. I'm using a PH1 right now. Alright. So you're going to use this existing screw. Screw that in through there. I like to get the screw coming out just a little bit to help you get it seated, but you don't want to go too much. You want to make sure you can get into that pre-drilled hole. Now, obviously this isn't rocket science. Like most kits, it's pretty simple, do-it-yourself kind of style. Be careful, don't over tighten this, because you don't want to strip the threads inside the missile launcher itself, and also you don't want to risk cracking the print itself. So as far as installation on Sphinx, it installs the same way. Be careful when you install it. Don't put too much stress on this the pinned hinge joint. Go ahead and press down on the base connector clip, and it connects on just as you would expect for the default one. When removing it, though, be very careful. I would recommend using some kind of spudger tool. I would come in behind here and pull up on this piece right below the hinge. That makes it eject a little bit better. I would just be worried about cracking it if you were just to try to pull up straight on the missile launcher. So definitely don't do that. It is a bit more fragile than obviously a injection molded piece. So yeah, that's it for the installation. Very simple. And let's see how much additional range of motion you get. So now you can go down this far, which is pretty ridiculous, and go up that far. And clearly it doesn't get in the way of the face as much. So if you were to position him this way, you can make use of that hinge. and it wouldn't be right in his face. So for example, bringing out Liger, like if you can't really do any dynamic poses where he's facing to the right because this thing just blocks it and you can't really get out the way. So yeah, that's really all there is to it.
But wait, there's more!
You can make use of this obviously with Liger since it is the same mold. I'm not going to obviously switch out the shoulder cannon or install it on his piece since it is the same piece essentially. But yeah, it works on Liger as well, as you would expect. So yeah, that's really it for the kit. Again, really nicely done, nicely designed. ATP does some good stuff. They did just open up their website. I think it's autotronprimedesigns.com. I'll make sure to link that in the description below. And you can get this guy from there or on TFW if you message him there, or on Facebook. I'll make sure to link that as well. I don't think it's available on their Shapeways site. But if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and let me know. Obviously, this was a quick review. If you like the review, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you want to keep up to date with all my news and reviews, you can also follow me on Facebook at Pick4Life Reviews. All right, that's all for today, everyone. Have a good one.